Hi all, welcome back to my channel. So in this session we are going to learn how to use the import column and export column transformation in SSIS package. Okay, so before getting started with the project, first we'll understand what is exactly the input column transformation. Input column transformation is basically used to import the very large sized files, documents or images. Okay, so let's say we have a scenario. I'll show you. I have a scenario here. I have a folder sample images and I wanted to load all these images, okay, to my SQL Server database table. So what import column transformation will does, it will read the file. Okay, this is the file. In this file I have all the location of all the images which I am going to load to the SQL Server database. So I could have all the images in one location. Let's see, like see all this top four images are in sample images folder, and some of the images could be on different locations. So that is not a problem. It is not necessary that all images should be in one location, but the necessary part is that you have to provide a correct location of all the images that you wanted to load into SQL Server database table. Okay, so I have all total 6 images, and if you see 4 images, you can see right here, and this fourth image is in this folder. I'll show you once quickly. So this image 4, okay, and the last image that is in root directory of e drive, so flower. Okay, so here, so okay, so all this our project is all about to load all the images which is available in this file. Okay, so let's get started. Let's go to the Visual Studio here. Okay, I have created one package import column. Okay, now the very first step is we need to drag and drop the data flow task. Okay, and if you want you can rename it as a data flow task for import column transformation. Okay, if you want you can rename, otherwise it's okay. Double click on it so that we can come to the data flow task. Now we know that we need to read, we need to read the txt file, so that means the source is our flat file. Okay, so let me go to here. You can drag a second, where is source? Yeah, flat size source, and we wanted to load all these files in the destination. Okay, OLEDB destination. Now you needed to load the images. For that we need to have the transformation as import column transformation. So let me click on other transformation, and this I have export column. Where is import? Yeah, there is a import column. Okay, so we have drag all the components that is needed. Now go to the SQL Server and I'll show you what table we are exactly using. Okay, click on execute. So see, I do not have any data as of now in this table. If you see the structure here, I have 3 columns in this table: ID, which is auto incremented, so that means I'm not going to insert anything in this table, in this column. Then I have an image path, that is and varchar. Okay, this is Unicode, and then we have image, the last. So image path is actually the path of the txt file. Okay, sorry, the path of each of the images, and this is the actual image which we are going to load. If you see, the data type is image. Okay, let's go back to here. Now let's configure. Let me delete this connection managers first, all the connection managers which is already available. So let me double click on the flat file, click on new button, and browse the txt file wherever. This is the load images, so browse this file. We have this columns. If you see here, so we have this image jpg that is coming on header part. If you concentrate here, so why? Because we do not have any header value. Okay, so because of this option, column names in the first data row, this the first data is taken as a header, but we don't want this to be happened. So let me uncheck it, go back to the column, and you see now all the data is coming in the data part. And because we do not have any header in the file, so SSIS has given a column 0 here. Okay, so let me click on OK. This is fine. Click on OK. Now connect the source with the import column. Double click on the import column to configure it. Now in the import column transformation editor window, please concentrate. We have only 3 tabs here. The first is component property. It is just giving the properties of component. You do not need to change anything. Okay, then go to input columns. So we have in the txt we have only one column. If you want, you can see this is the input column and this is the output alias. If you wanted to change, you can change it. So let me change this image path. Okay, and then we have input and output column properties tab. So if you see here, so this is the image path. This is the input column. Okay, and then go to the output. See, there is no output column, so we wanted output column here. So let me click on add column. I have clicked on add column, so it appeared here. So let me give a nicer name, the image. Okay, and if you see, the new output column has been created of data type image. Now the trick part of the input column transformation is that you need to connect this output with the input, so with the help of linkage id. So in my case, I have linkage id 41. Okay, you see here, you just copy this and go to the input column, and there is a property file data column id, just paste it over here. Okay, so that input column and output columns are connected. Click on OK. It is configured. Now click here and connect with the OLE destination. Click on new button to configure it. I have already a connection string which is connected to SampleDB database. That table is in SampleDB database. So now select your table. Where is this is image detail table. Go to mapping columns. Here you see ID column is auto incremented. So we do not have any problem here. Then we have image path. Okay, image path of is string, and then we have a image path here which is connected with the image path in SQL Server. Then we have a image which is giving through the import column transformation, that is connected with the image in the SQL Server database table. Okay, so it is done here. So mapping has been done, but still we are getting the red icon here. Mouse over here, what is the error? It is saying column image path and the image path cannot convert between Unicode and non-Unicode. Why it is saying? Because if we go to mapping and mouse over and check the data type of both, the data type of image path is string, which is coming from the input, and the image path column in the SQL Server is Unicode. So how we can do it? There is a transformation, a data transformation task as well, right? We have, so simply we can drag this data transformation uh, task. Okay, remove this mapping here, connect your input column. We need to change the data type of image path column which is coming from the source. So double click on the data path, uh, data conversion, and you see I this string, this is the data type. We wanted to change it to Unicode. Okay, if you want you can rename it, or I will keep as it is. Copy of image path, click on OK. Now you need to remap the columns. Okay, go to the OLEDB destination, go to mappings. Instead of image path, we have copy of image path, which is, if you mouse over here, this is now Unicode. Okay, Unicode is connected with the image path Unicode. Same thing. Now click on OK. This red icon has gone. Okay, so what has happened here? So input column has read the txt file and output the image column, which is mapped with the image column in OLEDB destination. So let me execute this package and see whether all the images that is mentioned in the txt file is loaded into the SQL Server database table or not. So let's wait for a couple of seconds and it will be started. So basically, if you have large size files or large size documents or the images, then you can use the import column transformation. Okay, there you go. We have a 6 rows. 6 rows. Import column has read the file. It took all the 6 images. Okay, it changes the data type and it load into the OLEDB destination. So let's go and test this table. Check the data in this table. Okay. If you see, all id is generated by the SQL Server database engine. Okay, image path is what we have in the txt file, and this is the image, actual image we have, that is stored in the SQL Server database table. So this is all about the import column transformation. Now let's go and see what is export column transformation. So export column transformation is does exactly the opposite of what we have done here. Okay, so let's create. So I mean, if you have a table here, like I have this table. Okay, and you wanted all this in, if you see, this is all non-readable format, and if you wanted exactly what image is there is stored in the SQL Server database, I wanted those images to be loaded in local hard drive. Okay, I wanted to export these images in my some directory in this locations. Okay, so what will happen, export column will read these images and load this image in this particular location. Okay, export column transformation will read this image and load into this location. Similarly, it will load all the images as per the location which is described in this column image path. So what I'm going to do, I'll create one package here. and try to rename as export column transformation. Yes to all. I wanted to rename here. And before starting, what I'm going to do, I'll delete everything in this location. So that is here there is no file, and I'll go back to this location and I'll delete this image 4 file as well, and in the root directory I will delete this flower image as well. So once my export transformation package will run, it will export all the images which is there in the database to the respective location which is mentioned in the table. So let for that what we need to do, data flow task. If you want, you can change the name dfd export column. Okay, and double click here to configure. Now in this case, in the export column we need to have the source as a OLEDB. uh, okay, not in common, not in export. Source is our OLEDB destination, so OLEDB source. So let me configure the source here. So this is the sample DB, and the table is image detail. Just preview. Okay, so we have a content here. Go to the columns are there, click on OK. Source is configured now. Now we need to go to use the export column. So drag the export column, connect the source with the export column. So if you see, so we have this is editor. Just understand this editor, what it is saying. Configure the properties used to export the data with the DTXT, DTN text or DT images data types into the file. So DT text and DT and text means very large files, and DT image means image file. So it is used, this editor is used to export the data of this type into the files or into the local hard drive files. Okay, now export, what is the export column? So what column you wanted to export? We wanted to export the image because that is what we are not able to see in the SQL server. Okay, we wanted to visualize, we wanted to open the image. For that you need to export to somewhere. Okay, and this is what, this is file path column. So you have to give so you wanted to give information to export column transformation, that you need to read this column to extract this column. Okay, so file path column is this column. Export column will get to know, okay, I need to read this location. Okay, I need to export this column, and I need to put this image into this column. Okay, now we have three properties here. If you see, three options: allow, append, force, truncate, and write by order mark. So this is something, if you wanted to append the images, okay, next time when you execute and wanted to append this image, then you can check this. If you wanted to truncate the previous image and overwrite, it's a kind of override. And this is something uh, byte order mark. If you wanted to have byte order mark, then you can use it. By default, this is unchecked. This is, so I'll keep the same. Okay, click on OK, and this is done. Okay, click on start. Click on start to execute this package. So what it will do, it will read the files from the SQL Server database and it will exported all the files. See, this is all done. 6 rows will be exported to local hard drive, to the location which is mentioned. So let's go and check. Go to the sample images. See, all the file is been here. Okay, and go to this fourth MSBI. Okay, MSBI prep, we have an image 4. If you wanted to check the timing 23, it is just exported. Okay, then we go to directory, root directory of E drive. This is flower JPG. Okay, 23, 27, 9th of July, and go to this, the same timing. Okay, 23, 20, 9th of July. Okay, so this way you can use the column export column transformation. So I think guys, you have now clear idea what is import and export column transformation, and in which scenarios we wanted to use this two transformation in SSIS package. In case you, if you have any doubt, you can comment me and I will be more than happy to help you out. Thank you and have a nice day, guys.